He almost spawned on me.
So, hey, we've been at Rose City Comic Con since 1. It's about 4:40 right now. I haven't vlogged at all today, it being Friday, but we're Lois Lane and Clark Kent, and we're taking a little pause in the gaming room where they have all the consoles set up. It's way bigger than 2 years ago when we came the first time, so amazing. And this is definitely the spot to be for like a break from the crowds, because it's way, like, it's a nice large room and people aren't just like crowded in.
Yeah, and the sounds you're hearing is I'm playing Vectrex, playing Asteroids.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if I'm having to use the subtitles here for you, but it's been a really beautiful day.
It has been. It's been a wonderful day.
And we had a very slow morning, and I plan on vlogging a little bit more tomorrow. And I have a ton of business cards that I've picked up from artists, and we have a couple things that we've gotten so far. So insert footage here of the cards that I've gotten from vendors, and then the artwork and pins and stuff we've gotten.
Yeah.
One thing that I have on is a Pokemon lanyard, including a little pin, and then on here I got a little Garfield. So that's what we've gotten so far, and I'm sorry if this is all you get of today, but it's just been a lovely experience.
It has been.
And so more to come for Rose City, but so far, great.
Yeah, it's been great.
Way busier than last time.
It is a lot more artists and stuff too.
Way more crowded. I wonder if it's because of like just even more rollback of like COVID stuff.
Maybe.
Where they're allowed to have closer and stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's been fantastic. And like I said, I'll put in all the different cards and stuff that I picked up from all the vendors. But yeah. Good morning. It is the next day. I'm very egg-like because I'm getting ready for my Sonic the Hedgehog cosplay. Yesterday was so much fun. Like, there was not mental capacity for me to be able to film at all because I was just so in awe of all the amazing artists and just slightly overwhelmed by the size of the convention. Like I said, it's the same place that we went in 2 years ago, but like it feels way busier. But it's like there is a ton going on. Very, very busy in the convention, like Artist Alley area. So we made it through the majority. We might have missed a couple spots, but our main thing was going through, seeing kind of everything, and then deciding on what stood out enough that we remembered to go back and get. There were a couple things, like I said, that we have gotten. It's just like, buy it now. It's a sticker. It's an art print. It's not that much to carry around. We just kind of want to make sure that we get it, or it's been like a limited run for Rose City, or, they just have limited quantity with them. So we did that, and like I said in the previous clip, I'm just repeating myself, I will be showing that hopefully in this video, showing all the business cards because we got even more since I last spoke to you. Yeah, we plan on going to the Petite Provence, which is where we went last time we came to Portland last year. So we're going to go there for breakfast. We're getting in cosplay at the ready. So we will be going to breakfast and one of the local game stores that we went to last time in cosplay, and just, gonna start our day that way. I have a couple friends that are going to potentially meet up with us at the con, and we're just doing our thing. A few people recognized us as Lois Lane and Clark Kent. One person thought Connor was a Doctor Who doctor, but I mean, obvious, easy mistake. And Connor had mentioned that his suit will work perfectly down the line to be a doctor. A Doctor Who doctor, that is. But yeah, just gonna start on my makeup and just sort of do the base, and then just kind of getting ready for the day. So we are getting ready to go to breakfast. I got my cosplay on. Connor has his.
Most of it on.
Yeah. We're going to get him a white t-shirt to be like the fur.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Like, here's how I look. I definitely think that it looks better with doing makeup and the wig, not just the wig.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it.
I went for very, very blue eyeshadow and decided, you know what, I will do a little nose dollop.
Yeah, it looks cute.
Yeah, so we are going to go to La Petite Provence, like I mentioned while Connor was out of the room. But yeah, that's our first stop, I think. Get some nice breakfast.
Yeah.
So see you there.
It's got a little, actually, it's a mushroom cloud from this way.
Very follow.
Yeah.
We're here at the convention.
Yeah.
I don't know how well the audio will be, so probably some voiceover or at least text on screen while we're
Something
here.
going on, yeah.
Yeah, but it's awesome and very, very busy, but it is Saturday, so lots of kids.
Yep. Definitely the bigger day.
Yeah, so let's go have some fun.
Have fun.
Again, the convention was so
version.
busy that it was really hard to kind of collect yourself in the moment. It's hard to really portray just how crowded and people-y the entire thing was. Obviously, it's a convention, so that's to be expected, but it was so busy that, it's hard to describe. There are very amazing cosplays, and I really enjoyed it and had a lot of fun this year, but it is something I definitely think is more than enough for once every couple years for someone like me. I'm very excited to share that this Pokemon booth that you're seeing here had so many Pokemon that I was actually able to find kind of I guess you would call it a slightly rare Pokemon to find a plushie of, because even the official Pokemon store doesn't have very many, and I got myself a little Zigzagoon. It is one of my favorite early Gen 3 Pokemon, so a definite score for me. And while this is a family-friendly event, there were plenty of adult anime drawings and art, lots of adult themed ones, lingerie and stuff. Obviously the censored versions were what were out, and then you could ask to see like the special binder where it was uncensored, or you could purchase the uncensored version. So something to keep aware of if you are taking children to these types of events. The dress code also is to be family friendly, but the last time we came we saw some very, very risque cosplays. This year we didn't see as many that were risque. I think there are none that like stand out top of mind that were actually inappropriate this year. There were a couple last time that we saw that we thought were pushing the boundary a tiny bit too much. Also, it was not just us, but we heard other people remarking on just how crowded and how much bigger it was this year. Way more vendors, way more just in general going on with Rose City Comic Con. And we heard this remark from many people just in the crowds of how many more people there were and how many more vendors specifically. So Rose City might actually be bigger than it was previously when we went originally. So still up in the air in our minds on if it was just because of, COVID restrictions or just general what they're allowed to do in the building. All of the, the questions of, is this just the conventions getting bigger and bigger? So that's, something to keep in mind if you're going to an event like this. It changes each year, and there were a couple things that we saw last time that we were happy to see again, like the retro game sellers. One thing we noticed is that there was a very lack in 3D printed items. which made us very happy because last time it seemed like there were quite a few 3D printed items and they were all kind of like selling the same things. So it was nice to see that there wasn't just like an onslaught of cheap 3D printed, everyone doing the same models. What we did notice is that there were several selling crocheted items, and it concerns us because as someone who does crochet and does knit, it takes a lot of time to make an item, even if it's a small one, and the quantity that they had makes it concerning that maybe they're just buying drop shipped items from China or overseas where they're not really having to pay for the labor, that they're just paying cheap for the material. So, and a lot of them had like the same exact items. So it's one of those things where it's a little suspicious as someone who knows the craft. It could genuinely be that they are making that quantity, but it's like you're not paying yourself then, so still a little questionable on that front. One of the coolest things that we saw was that there was a whole booth dedicated to the final last blockbuster that is in Oregon. And it was mostly just like the empty cases and blockbuster merch, but it was still kind of neat to see. Other than that, I think that pretty much summarizes my thoughts on the whole convention, so I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, that pretty much summarizes our time at Rose City Comic Con. And I don't really have an outro filmed for this, so I'm just going to leave it on this note and say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this vlog review of Rose City Comic Con 2025. I hope you enjoyed, even though it was kind of a not the best vlog video, but like I said, this was kind of an overwhelming event, and there were some other things that happened in our time away that I will be sharing next video. You might have an idea of it if you follow me over on Instagram at flock_squawk. But till then, bye!